So Marcus Flowers, ladies and gentlemen, is an Air Force veteran, and he's officially running in Congress against Marjorie Taylor Greene. He spent his entire career defending the United States, and he promised to bring honor, integrity, and decency to Congress. Let's check out the launch video and see how this will be different.
I'm Marcus Flowers, and I've spent my life serving this country in combat zones across the world. But I never thought I'd see one here in the United States.
Bro, why are they doing this? Like, I just don't understand why they're doing this. There is, what the fuck? Like...
Q is a patriot. We know that for sure.
That's Marjorie Taylor Greene's America.
Marjorie Taylor Greene expressed support for executing Democratic members of Congress.
The irony is, like, is this supposed to be an attack ad or a promo for why Georgians should vote extra hard for Marjorie Taylor Greene? Because, like, what you're failing to recognize is the Democrats in the region are going to vote for you because you're not Marjorie Taylor Greene. And the Republicans are definitely voting for Marjorie Taylor Greene because of this shit, okay? So you running this ad looks like literally you trying to hype up your opposition.
Taylor Greene said that a plane did not hit the Pentagon on 9/11.
Her twisted conspiracy theories may have made her famous, but they haven't done a damn thing to help the people here in our district. Now I'm running for Congress because Georgians deserve better. Better health care, COVID relief, and real representation. My childhood wasn't easy. When I was 11, I moved into a children's home because my parents couldn't support me. So I learned to deal with bullies at an early age. At 18, after graduating high school, I joined the Army. My first overseas deployment was at an intelligence listening post in Central Europe on the doorstep of communism. I spent a decade in combat zones in Iraq and Afghanistan as a contractor for the Department of Defense and held top secret security clearance. I witnessed firsthand the damage done by extremism, radicalism, and disinformation. And I won't stand by while people in Washington take us down the same path. The Army Corps values teach honor, personal courage, and selfless service. That's what I'll bring to Congress.
Felix has already fucking talked about this. And sorry, this is going to offend some of the veterans in my community right now, but let me tell you something, okay? Americans, no matter how much they fucking act like they care about the military, intrinsically recognize that that we're losers, okay? We are all in this together, okay? American imperialism is a losing fucking project, and nobody gives a fuck about veterans and their veteran status, okay? That's the reality. If we did, we'd give veterans better health care and give everyone health care and make sure that there aren't so many fucking people riddled with PTSD, all right? In order to get, like, upward social mobility or a chance at upward social mobility. So, like, this shit doesn't work, okay? No one cares. No one cares. You would be better off if you were just like a football celebrity or something and you threw a football very fast. Like, your bona fides of like working at a fucking forward operating base or like working in a high intelligence position against communism is not something that people are like, oh, this is sick. Okay, either run on fucking issues, or if you're gonna do culture war shit, this is a failing culture war point of view. Okay, nobody fucking gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit what your fucking service looks like anymore. And they certainly don't give a shit when you are coming at it from a Democratic point of view. Because no matter what happens, Donald Trump, more patriotic than John McCain. Okay? It doesn't matter that John McCain literally was a fucking prisoner of war by the Viet Cong. Okay? By the North Vietnamese. Like, Ho Chi Minh could have personally spanked John McCain's ass and it wouldn't fucking matter to Americans. Donald Trump is more patriotic because Donald Trump is more racist. Okay? Republicans, conservatives own patriotism. They own it because they have turned it into understandable, digestible, reactionary politics. So when you try to beef up the patriotism, it doesn't fucking matter. If you're trying to do it as a Democrat, it is a foolhardy endeavor that has never paid off, okay? Like, think about it this way. George W. Bush. George W. Bush was considered to be more patriotic than, John Kerry. They made fun of John. You know why they made fun of John Kerry? Fucking a Vietnam veteran. You want to know why? Because he windsurfed and that's gay, okay? That's how he lost. Do you understand? Like, that is conservatism and how Americans operate. They were like, yeah, right, military veteran, my ass, he's gay, he's windsurfing. Okay? That's it. That's it. Republicans literally, as someone also pointed out in the chat, Republicans dunk on other Republicans for not out patrioting one another when they themselves, like, people shit on fucking Dan Crenshaw. People shit on Dan Crenshaw because, you know, he sometimes stands in opposition to Donald Trump from time to time. So he's like not a real patriot. He's fake, brother. All these fucking reactionaries hate Dan Crenshaw because he was for, you know, red flag laws. Yeah. Fellas, is it gay to windsurf? I mean, after all that bodysuit's wrapped up all around your entire tushy, covering it so perfectly, you know, sometimes it gets caught up in your anus too. A noose.
Congress. I hope you'll join me on my next mission.
Republican, we will never have European style healthcare. Democrat, I literally went to Europe to kill communists. Yeah. I hate them. Yeah, I was stationed in Germany, the doorstep of communism. Come on, the Berlin Wall. I blew it myself, brother. I like that people looked at Georgia. Okay, they looked at the Senate race in Georgia. They saw that there was an actual radical black pastor, right? A black pastor that has said some really fucking radical shit. Things that I would like to hear more from our candidates. I wouldn't say that he's actually radical, and he's not going to be a radical in the way that he legislates. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, Reverend Raphael Warnock is associated with MLK's church and is associated with some other black pastors, and some black pastors are very fucking based in this country, okay? Historically so. And he won by a better margin than the more centrist candidate who was adopting a more progressive policy position for the most part, right? And they're still like, no, we got to go more conservative. You know, this Georgia district, it needs to be more conservative. We need to have someone who kills commies. Like, hire a guy who's not famous for doing Ford commercials one time, please. Democrats, stop hiring the same fucking ad company for every failed campaign challenge. Anyway, built Ford tough. The music sounded like Chapo's Beltway Garage theme song. Chapo has it right. The people making these ads don't care if they lose. I mean, why would they? Why would you care if you lose if the Democratic machine keeps going and they will pay you an insane amount of money because you're gonna get a lot of retweets on Twitter? Well, this one didn't even do that, I don't think. Oh, it did. Oh, never mind.
Thought I'd see one here.
Anyway, conservatism, his surname is Flowers. That's gay. No, that's literally why it's Marcus for Georgia and not Flowers for Georgia. You understand that, right? There is a very specific reason why his campaign is not called Flowers for Georgia, but instead Marcus for Georgia. Because, fellas, it's gay to like flowers, right? Or be mentioned with flowers, right? Fellas, I just... Yeah. There you go. How am I supposed to be anything other than left winger when they write actively saw my existence as a trans woman, then say we are all radical leftists? I genuinely, we're essentially pigeonholed and criticized. We're pretty whack. I mean, yeah. How do they make money of that? What do you mean? Campaign funds roll in because, you know, they hate fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene and they want her to be removed from office. So whoever the opposition is, they're gonna pump a massive national, they're gonna pump a massive amount of money into. Okay, the National Democrats are going to, and all of that money needs to be spent. So it's gonna be spent on these fat contracts that pump out the exact same ads. I mean, guys, literally, look, we watched that ad, right?
Years old. I knew exactly what I wanted to do when I grew up. I wanted to fly fighter jets and land on aircraft carriers.
Unfortunately, we got so close and the voters decided to remain on the current path. I respect their decision.
Okay, Ian cut her failure into it.
And that's me, MJ Hagar, an Air Force combat veteran and a mom. This door behind me is from my Pavehawk helicopter. It's all that's left of the aircraft that I was flying that day.
A major race in Texas, the battle for a U.S. Senate seat. Democrat MJ Hagar has conceded to incumbent Republican John Cornyn.
I'm Marcus Flowers, and I've spent my life serving this country in combat zones across the world. But I never thought I'd see one here in the United States.
Well, did it work for those people?
No, it never does. I mean, these people somehow delude themselves into thinking it might, but... but it might work for us.
Yep. Tobias Funke, famous analyst therapist. How many kids you killed in Yemen, Pog? Timeout. How's that? All that's left and you alive? Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, analyst, famous analyst therapist. What do you guys? Wait, what do you mean? An alrapist? Yeah, I'm confused. Arrested Development was Arrested Development is one of the best fucking shows, dude. It's like up there with Always Sunny in Philadelphia. The never knew Tobias Funke. The fourth blue man. Oh, Jesus. You know what? I might actually rewatch it now. Fuck. God, their last clip was just not good. The last clip. Their last season was just not like, ugh. It was so bad in comparison to like how good the show is overall. Yay. For those of you who've never watched Arrested Development, don't watch the last season. It never existed, okay? Season 5 is better than 4. Yes, but still not good. I think I watched both of the last seasons. I mean, even fucking Curb's return wasn't that good either. I thought Curb was a little sleeper too when I rewatched it. Have you watched Good Place? Yeah, it's decent. Arrested has jokes that are set up in the first episode that don't pay off until the final season, i.e. the seal attacks are mentioned on the news episode in 1. He doesn't lose it until season 3. The creator said it was mentally exhausting tying all these strings together and needed a break. The woman who was in I Care a Lot won a Golden Globe. I mean, she's a fucking great actress, dude. She plays the psychopath, psychopathic, like serial killer woman so well. Hello, Hasan. I found your channel from the No Pixel streams. Are you role playing right now? Are you actually a political Andy? When will you be role playing as a gamer? Perhaps now. Good one.